You are unique. You are passionate. SIL salutes the rigor and dream within you. We promise to be a strong catalyst in your life.
Business will come automatically if I make people life secured. See, Safe House Security started in 1994 with a vision of to make the people secured. That is how the name of the Safe House Security has evolved. I passed out in 1986, but with a very small scale of say 5 to 10,000 rupees, we started a business. The initial vision was to save water, and I took that as an opportunity. The product named is water level controller. Targeting for the security products, and that is how the CCTV security products came into a picture. I was the first person in Pune who started installation of security products. When I took the cameras and showed the many people, they were not ready to accept as a product. But I took over that challenge and sold several places. We sold cameras. Okay, and fortunately in 2016 we came across with SIL. I went for a seminar and really I was surprised to see that I am lacking somewhere in a management. Like I learned from them how to delegate the people, what is the leadership quality, how to manage the people, then how to read the balance sheet. See, the best part which I studied in School of Inspirational Leadership is what is your vision. So I really defined my vision statement during those programs, and our vision statement is very clear. Whoever is associated with my company Safe House Security, he should feel secured. First thing is secured, and then once he gets the security, he should be very comfortable. Then in the last seminar, I listened from Dr. Pawar about our Blue Ocean strategies. When we have reached to one stage in a business, there is nobody around. You should start shifting the business to some other level. So all my staffs are now associated with the SIL group. They are regularly attending the classes, and I've been finding out good changes in my company. I mean, there are so many good friends now. Entrepreneur friends are there with me. And I hope this journey will continue, and I can foresee that in 2018 or 19 we will definitely a number one company in Pune market.
You are unique. You are passionate. SIL salutes the rigor and dream within you. We promise to be a strong catalyst in your life.
We have taken our vision as prosperity through automation. We have started our business in 1997. For first 2 years, we were doing servicing for CNC machines in and around Pune, and we were committed to give services for CNC machines within 24 hours from the breakdown. Afterwards, in 1998, we have started retrofitting and reconditioning machines with CNC controllers, and both of us are not having a business background. This is first generation business, so their resources are also limited, and we don't have any financial support. And in 2002 we get one opportunity from HEG Bhopal, and we have 2007 we have started for Siemens drives, motor, motion controllers, distribution and projects in CNC. Basically, we were growing for last 20 years, but the growth was not sufficient. We were not happy with our growth, and in that phase, we come to know that SIL is governing some program for entrepreneurs in and around Pune for development of their businesses. So we have decided to join SIL, and the very important session for us was the burning desire session, which was held in Mahabaleshwar for 3 days. At that session, we got our vision, mission statement, and our goal. We have decided our short-term goals and long-term goals, and then we have percolated all these system in our employees, and we see the results. Within 1 year, we have the growth of 30%, and now this year also we are growing, and our total business philosophy, looking at various perspectives, has totally changed, and we think we are now on the right track, and we will grow faster and faster, and we will achieve our goals shortly.
You are unique. You are passionate. SL salutes the rigor and dream within you. We promise to be a strong catalyst in your life.
Gurukul, outstanding. Vaccine,
Mentor, great.
booster dose, eye opener, wealth creation factory, school,
Progressive handholding.
Directive.
life changer, way to direction,
Great support.
Profound motivator.
inspiration,
Adventure.
catalyst,
Navigator. Development consultant.
School of life.
university for entrepreneurs, growth catalyst, dictionary of motivation, mentor, catalyst,
Business trigger.
guide, lighthouse.
Positive vibe to many beginners like us. These 8 days were very good. The forward 80 days or 800 days are going to be very hard. The course and the teacher and his experiences, without asking you do that, he made it do it. जितना भी थैंक यू आप SIL को तो कम ही पड़ेगा. I will recommend this program for many more friends of mine, families of mine who really want to have this journey.
खरं सांगायचं तर हे 8 दिवस आहेत ना, कसे गेले कळत नाही. म्हणजे फ्रँकली सर टास्क द्यायचे, उद्या हे करून या म्हणायचे. सेशनला असं एक मस्त वाटायचं की हा आपण हे केलं आणि हे चांगलं झालं आपल्याला. ओव्हरऑल छान एक्सपिरियन्स.
तो 8 days हम लोग को ऐसा लगा कि what we are learning basically, और आज जो complete जैसे लगा was quite amazing.
It is a lot of learning. You can say that I decided to use this break time to sharpen my skills. But all these trainings and sessions, whatever I did during this pandemic, online training, most of all online, I think all of that training, the conclusion of that all trainings I got in this particular session, in these 8 days. So now it is time, my learning time, kind of, I will stop now and it's time to act. Yeah, I have skill, I have knowledge, everything is there, but what I didn't have vision and mission proper. So that is very important.
योगेश सर का जो पकड़ के रखने का जो एक टेक्निक था, वो स्पीच को 1.5 घंटे तक या 2 घंटे तक हमारे को कहीं भी ऐसा क्या बोलते बोरिंग कहीं नहीं लगा. उन्होंने ऐसा एक पकड़ के रखा हमारे को पूरा, यानी क्या बोलते उसको, एक उन्होंने एक अलग सी एक पर्सनालिटी उस टाइप की. तो ये ओवरऑल एकदम अच्छा सफर रहा. बहुत खुशी हुई, बहुत आनंद आया, और कहीं ना कहीं अभी लग रहा है कि हम हमारा टारगेट चेस करेंगे.
Sir, it's a wonderful session. No flawless, not even a single minute wasted. The way he was, he's a pearl connecting all of us. Each and every session is fantastic. When he is with us, I think we can easily reach our target. We are like a family, and he was leading us. Whatever example he is stating, giving, it holds good for each and every one of our businesses.
सर बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम रहा। हम लोग जब मैं ज्वाइन कर रहा था तो मेरे को नहीं लगा था कि हम लोग इतने अच्छे प्रोग्राम को ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं और हम लोग को इतना बढ़िया तरीके से समझाया जाएगा। इट्स वाज ए वेरी वंडरफुल और ये आई ओपनर जैसे था कि कई एक चीजें जो हम लोग कर रहे हैं हम लोग को पता नहीं है कैसे करना है क्या नहीं करना, तो सर ने काफी इन डेप्थ समझाया और काफी अच्छा प्रोग्राम रहा है।
Actually, there was the guidelines which was very much eye-opening.
बेसिक जो चीजें होती है वो हमें खुद को ही पता नहीं है, तो वो जैसे हमारा विजन क्या होगा, दिमाग में बहुत सारी चीजें रहती है। ऐसा नहीं है कि हर आदमी अपने बिजनेस के बारे में सोचता है, बहुत प्लानिंग्स भी करता है, लेकिन उसको जब पेपर पे लेके आते हैं तब हमें पता चलता है कि हमें करना क्या है और क्या हमारा रोड मैप होगा। वो इस सारे सेशन से हमारा क्लियर हुआ है और हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि आगे हम इसमें कुछ अच्छा करेंगे, क्योंकि अब हमारे पास एक विजन है, रिटर्न डॉक्यूमेंट है, हम उसको देख सकते हैं, लोगों को बता सकते हैं, अपने लोगों को सबको साथ में लेके टीम बना सकते हैं, तो वो एक काफ़ी अच्छा रहा।
बहुत बड़ा विजन दिखाया, बहुत बड़ा व्यूज दिखाया कि जो हम नहीं देख सकते थे, क्योंकि कई बार क्या होता है हम लिमिटेड नजरिया रहता है और उधर तक ही देख पाते हैं, लेकिन जो दिखाने का आँख है, बहुत बड़ा दिखाने का जो आँख है वो योगेश सर ने दिखाया। योगेश सर के गाइडेंस से अभी मैं पहुंच सकता हूँ, मैं जिधर जाना चाहता हूँ वो कर सकता हूँ, ये मुझे आइडियाज मिल गए।
कि भी 8 दिन में आपने बहुत अच्छा डिश हमको खिलाया, अभी कल से हमको कौन खिलाएगा? दिस पर्सन हैज डेफिनेटली बिल्ड अ वेरी गुड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विद ऑन वेरी गुड वैल्यूज, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। गाइडेंस हमको मिला है, वी आर वेरी हैप्पी फॉर दैट, but while implementing we may do a lot of mistakes, and that time we need handholding of Yogesh sir. It was really a great experience to share time with all of you. Thank you very much sir.
I think you had a deep understanding of each and every person who was attending webinar. It was really helpful, sir. Few things, but few right things. Yes, for my next future, all the years. Few of the bases that are required for my next future, all the years.
Gives the clarity in which lines strictly recommended for the before starting the business. In the initial stages only, you are going to move forward in the business. This is the program is recommended before start the business. This will help gives the clarity in which lines.
Concepts and certain things I came to know. Somehow I got my breakthroughs from this training, but it is a continuous journey in any way.
Now I know the actual meaning of what is vision, what is mission, and how this is very important to our business. बहुत ही ज़्यादा knowledgeable session. I'm sure you are the one who can solve all those problems.
There is nothing mission impossible now because we got that formula. उसको vision mission बना लो, अपने आप उसका बन जाएगा.
Now I feel I'm more young. My perception about myself that I've missed a lot of things is slowly going away. A confident feeling is coming out. This has been my biggest takeaway, getting more confident from inside.
You know, I joined this session. I was very excited. The fear factor has gone. All thanks to Mr. Yogesh Pawar.
एक ही वर्ड बोलूंगा, डेडिकेशन। आपने जो ये दिया जलाया है इसको पूरे भारत में लेके जाए। इट इज अ नीड ऑफ द आवर। एक दिन मैं ऐसी कंपनी खड़ी करूं जिसे इंडिया को प्राउड हो।
जो फ्रेमिंग करण्याचा विषय आहे, कधी कधी आम्ही कमी असतो, तर त्यामध्ये तुमचं सजेशन जे ते आमच्यासाठी व्हॅल्युएबल झालं. गुड एक्सपिरियन्स.
Overall experience was quite good. Had expected it would not go to this particular level. Initially, I was like skeptical, but this was like a pretty surprise for me. Something important which are required for our business or the entrepreneurship to go smoothly and to conduct it quite efficiently. These two were like very important takeaways for me.
The entire journey of this like last 8 or 10 sessions was really encouraging us. We comes in interaction with you. वो चीजें बहुत जल्द से जल्द होने लगी.
When we have decided we have to hit that target, they are getting the opportunities also.
Good evening, everybody. Can you just confirm if you can hear me? Good evening. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Just confirm. Wonderful. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Also mention out where have you joined us from? What are you expecting out of this? The title looks a little cheesy, isn't it? How do you influence people in 15 minutes? But there is a science behind it. You'll be surprised. There's a science behind it. And if you realize that science, if you realize that that understanding of that science, and if you use it in a right form and practice it in the right form, it is 100% possible that you can influence people in less than 15 minutes. Okay, so go ahead quickly. I'm going to now share with you. Please write down your. Thank you, Dr. Prashant, for joining in. Please write down the reason why you've joined this. One or two people, one or two things that you want to supply. You want to influence people. So I'm going to launch a poll for you in the next. Yeah, if you see there is a poll that's come to you, it says, who are the stakeholders you want to influence? It's a multiple choice question. Go ahead and respond. It's a multiple choice question. Go ahead and respond, right? You can have 2 responses, 3 responses, or all the responses you can take if you feel okay, I want to influence. But while answering this question, these questions, make sure that you have a very clear focus about who you want to influence in the next probably 90 days or 30 days or 20 days, that kind of so clear focus, right? So keep that in focus while you are doing it. Very good. I think people have already started responding to it. Hi, Krishna. Krishna, your company name is Minakshi Tours and Travels. You're from Guwahati, nature of business. You're into wonderful, very nice. I get an idea that's exciting, but I lose that energy soon. Fair, no problems with that. Go ahead, respond. I think people have started responding. 34% of people have already responded. I will wait till 80% of responses and then stop it quickly. And I'll tell you why I've put in this survey. The reason I've put in this survey is it will allow you for me to get an idea of what you're expecting out of this webinar. Okay, and so that I can also position and give you. That's a little surprising. I don't know if it is for everybody. If is my voice clear to everybody? Just confirm. All right. Okay. All right. So I think 45 people. Yeah, 45% people have responded to it. Go ahead and respond. Please response कीजिए. सवाल यहाँ पे है कि आप अपनी जो रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी है उनमें से ऐसे कौन से स्टेक होल्डर्स को प्रेरित करना चाहते हैं, इन्फ्लुएंस करना चाहते हैं. वो कस्टमर्स हैं क्या आपके, वो एम्प्लॉइज हैं क्या आपके, फैमिली मेंबर्स हैं क्या, वेंडर सप्लायर्स हैं क्या, बैंकर्स इन्वेस्टर्स हैं क्या. सो स्टार्ट राइटिंग डाउन the majority of people, okay, I think Nikita is raising a hand. Nikita, you can write it down on the chat box if you have a question. More than happy to answer it. Okay. We have 60% of people completed the poll. Go ahead. I just have next 20% people to complete that. Once you finish that, I will be starting off with the session. But importantly, all of us need to understand that these, no problems, Nikita, absolutely okay. These are the 5 key stakeholders that as businessmen we have to influence. Now, why do we need to influence customers? Because they buy, they pay us. Why do I need to why do I need to influence my employees? Because they are leveraging the business that I'm intending to make. Why do I need to influence my family members? Because they help me in achieving the goals that I've set for myself. They support me in the building the ecosystem right. Why do I need to influence my vendors? Because it becomes easier for them to support me if they like me, if they like the way I do my business and stuff. And of course, if I appreciate. Now, and why do I need to influence bankers? Because they need to trust me with their money. So fundamentally, there are 5 top stakeholders that you have to influence in your business. 5 top stakeholders. Okay. Now, I think, let me also quickly check with my Facebook users. If you have, my Facebook users cannot take the survey, but if you have something to share on, you can write it on the chat box. The question is there anybody else that you intend to influence? Is there, as businessmen, is there anybody else that you intend to influence? So go ahead and write it down on the chat box. I have written down 5. I'll repeat. I have written down 5. There's 60% of has already come, so I'm going to stop it in the next 30 seconds, right? And share the screens with you, share the data with you, so that you understand that this data is coming live to you, right? So customers, employees, family members, vendors or suppliers, and bankers or investors. Is there anybody that comes to your mind apart from them that you have to influence? You can say no, or you can give me an answer that you think, okay, is bande ko bhi influence karna zaruri hai. Okay. Now, influence karna matlab jhoot bolna nahi. Influence karna matlab मतलब just किसी को ऐसी चीजें बताना नहीं जो उसे उस वक्त पे अच्छी लगे. ओके. इन्फ्लुएंस करने का मतलब है कि आपके प्रति उस बंदे के मन में रिस्पेक्ट की भावना है, उस बंदे के प्रति भरोसे की भावना है, that you can trust him, that he can trust you after you speak to him. The other person feels more inspired while talking to you. The other person feels more happy talking to you, and he wishes to come back and see you again. That's what is all influencing all about, right? That's how I influence people. So whether it is your customer, whether it is your vendor, supplier, employees, family members, bankers, investors, they all should feel to talk to you back again, to come to you back again with their work, with their problems, with their issues. Because the more they come to you in a specific period of time, the better is it for your performance of your business. Okay, how many of you agree that if you are able to get these people coming back to you most of the time, your business will improve? Go ahead, write down. Yes, no. I'm waiting for the response. Yes or no? Quickly, the more active you are on chat, the more I understand you're listening to me. The more active you are on chat, the more I understand that you're listening to me. And if we have come in here to spend that half an hour, 1 hour, then it we better ensure that all of us are listening to each other, because we are spending our valuable time to help each other, isn't it? So wonderful. I think people have responded and they have agreed to my point of view that yes, it is important that, so I'm going to end the poll now. This is at around 66%, which is fine. And I'm going to share the results. The results are going to be seen on your screens right now. Have a look at those results, please. Have a look at your results. around 83% of people believe influencing customer is important. Around 33% of people believe influencing employees is important. Around 33% people feel that family has to be influenced. 39% says around vendors, and bankers around 28%. Now, ask yourself, my dear friends, that who gets you customers? Who gets you customers? Write it down, please write it down. Please write, I'm waiting for the answer. Who gets you customers? Please write down on the chat box, who gets you customers? वो कौन लोग हैं जो आपको customers देते हैं? वो कौन लोग हैं? Okay, Praveen Patil has attempted it. Referrals, word of mouth. Okay, go ahead, keep going. Keep going. Marketing team, keep going. References, very good. Social media, Just Dial. Brands and marketing. Contacts, brand goodwill. Wonderful. So I think more importantly, if you really look at it, what are we saying? Key hierarchy management needs to be influenced. Okay, very good. Ranjana ji, very good. That your hierarchy of your management needs to be influenced to work into one direction. Now, if you look at these results, all of us, rather 83% of people say customers need to be, customers need to be influenced. Now I'll tell you how it is. I'm going to use a whiteboard right now to help you understand how the mechanics typically works of influence. And I'm going to draw certain boxes. So what is the chain of command? What is the chain of influence? The first thought here is, somebody said that right. The first people that you have to influence is your employees. Okay, first few set of people are employees. The second set of people are your suppliers and vendors. The third set of people are your bankers. Now, this will allow you to create a market-winning product. This will allow you to create a market-winning service. This will allow you to, and we all started focusing on customers. We all feel that our customers need to be influenced. But unless and until you have a small team, whether it is one person or two people, it doesn't matter. Whether you have somebody to supply you, if you don't have somebody to back you in terms of fund, you will not be able to influence your customers. Then it becomes an individual business, which is, I'll give you an example, a difference between a clinic and a hospital. A clinic will perform till the doctor is there. A hospital keeps going on. How many of you agree? How many of you agree that the clinic will close down when the doctor is gone? The hospital keeps running. Okay, so my question to all of you here is, what do you want to build? Ask yourself, what do you want to build? You want to build a clinic or you want to build a hospital for yourself? Go ahead. Respond, I'm waiting for you. Respond, I'm waiting for you. So 3 people, 4 people are responding, 5 people are responding. Very good. Now, if you want to build a hospital, there is a process for it, my dear friends. If you want to build a organization, there is a process for it. And if you don't follow that process, the organization will not build, or even if you build that organization, a lot of stress will be there. I'll repeat, a lot of stress will be there. So my next question here to you here is, how many of you feel stress while building an organization? Okay. Clinic has worked so far. And if you want to build it that way, absolutely okay, Mr. Shirish, no problems with that. Okay. How many of you, if you are trying to build an organization, how many of you feel stressed right now? Okay. Here, how do I do that? So influencing is one important skill that an entrepreneur needs to have when he wants to build up an organization. And while doing that, he needs to learn, who do I need to influence first of all? And to my experience, as a business person also, as a consultant also, as a trusted advisor to a lot of companies also, I believe the first set of people that you want to do, you have to learn how to influence is your employees. The second happens to be your vendors or suppliers, and third to be bankers. By default, the customer gets influenced, because if your employees are influenced, they stay motivated, they stay engaged, they would want to supply and do more for your customer. If your suppliers and vendors are engaged, if they're happy with you, you're paying on time, you're engaging with them, you build up strong relationships with them, then they are going to give you material, raw material, buyouts, direct buyouts at a better price probably, or even faster in that delivery. If you're able to influence your bankers with your goals, with your vision in mind, with the value system that you have, the bankers will tend to help you. Now, important here is that customers get an experience, an influence of that experience based on his complete work, the way he sees here. Sorry, give me a moment. If he doesn't see that this system is working right, he doesn't get influence. Or maximum, he will get influenced by you. And every time then your customer is a problem, you will receive a call. Your customer will always want to talk to the toppest hierarchy in the organization. So you will receive the call. How many of you agree with that? That I keep receiving my customer calls when it can be done by my team, or I expect it to be done by my team? Go ahead. Please write down, I receive calls, or you can write down I, and that's more than enough. You can write down me, that's also fine, no problems with that. Waiting for your responses on that. That I receive calls from my customers that my team can solve. Okay. But unfortunately, your customer has not perceived your team to be competent. And hence, he tends to speak to you than them. Because the customer perception always is, the more higher I talk to somebody, the faster the problem gets resolved. Just imagine when you call a telephone, company call center, if the problem is not being solved in one time, you say, give me a supervisor. You don't ask for owner of Geo. You don't ask for owner of Bharti Telecom. You don't ask for those, right? Give me the owner of Vodafone. No, you don't say that. You say, give me the supervisor, give me the manager, give me the head of your department. Now, why do they say that? Because there is a hierarchy that has been placed in picture. Now, first is that. Second, the calls will keep coming to you if you do not empower and influence your employees to take decisions. This will keep happening with you. Now, is there a language that you can influence people with? Is there a language that you can influence people with? Okay, so how many of you would want to understand, why do I need to use that language? Point number one, and what is that language? Go ahead and write it down. The maximum number of people who say yes, and if you stay till the end, there is also a gift for you. So I'm going to share that with you. Go ahead. Quickly, I'm waiting for you. All right. So I think a lot of people have responded. Let me now just show you what it actually is. So now you'll see, I'm sharing with you, there's a whiteboard here, of course. I'm sharing with you an image of a human brain. I'm sharing sharing with you an image of a human brain. Give me a moment, please. And I think now you can see that. Thirty more seconds up. Can you just confirm if you can see that? Can you just confirm if you can see the human brain image? Just confirm if you can see it. No, all right, okay. Now can you see that? Just give me 30 seconds. I think I'll have to shift my network for this reason. Just confirm if you can see the image on your screens, and also confirm if you can see the image on the screen. Go ahead. Please confirm. Wonderful. Very nice. So, okay. Thank you, Shirish. Thank you, Sangam Khannaji. Thank you very much. Okay. Now let's look at this. This is a human brain, okay? And whether you are sitting in Delhi, whether you're sitting in Somalia, whether you're sitting in US, whether you're sitting in Canada or Karnataka, it doesn't matter. This is a human brain and it is same for all of us. The brain mass is same for all of us. So I'm going to share a little science before we get, take a deep dive into how does it actually work, okay? Now I'm going to share the blue portion of my, if you see the blue portion, it's called frontal lobe, and I'll probably give you a marker here so that I can mark it here, and it's going to be a red marker here. If you can just see, I'm just going to draw this. This part of my brain is responsible for a word called rationalizing. Rationalizing matlab 2 plus 2, 4 plus 4, 8 plus 8. Black, white, right, wrong, all of that information is there in my frontal lobe. That's called neocortex. Okay. The third part of it is this. The smallest brain, responsible for the reaction center, responsible for all the reactions that I give. This brain is cultivated to save ourselves from threat. So it reacts. Okay, it's called the cerebellum, or it is also called the reaction center, the most primitive, smallest brain of, the oldest brain of human beings. And there is this purple color thing here, okay, which contributes to roughly 13 to 12% of my brain mass. Is called the emotional center of my brain. That's called the limbic layer of my brain. Okay. Now, if you really look at it, there are three types of brains that are already existing in this one brain. All right. So the frontal lobe is responsible for rationalizing. The limbic lobe is responsible for emotions. And my cerebellum, which is my reaction center, is responsible for my reactions to threat. Okay, so how many of you, anybody who wants to play a small activity with me, which can be done verbally quickly, how many of you can do that? Just raise your hand and I'll pick you up. Raise your hands. Raise your hands and I'll pick you up. No problems. Go ahead. All right, Rajkumarji. Fair, no problem. So Rajkumarji, I think you raise your hand first. So I'm going to allow you to talk. Rajkumarji, you can speak to yourself, just unmute yourself. हेलो,
यस सर।
ग्रेट। राजकुमार जी, कहाँ से आपने हमें ज्वाइन किया हुआ है?
सर मैंने मोबाइल से ज्वाइन किया हुआ है आपको फ्रॉम
नहीं, कौन से
हरियाणा।
स्टेट या सिटी से? हरियाणा से। ओके,
हरियाणा से या
अच्छा, ओके। सो राजकुमार जी, एक सवाल है। मैं आपसे कुछ सवाल पूछूंगा, आप जवाब तो दे दोगे ना?
जी बिल्कुल सर।
ओके, ग्रेट। टू प्लस टू कितना होता है? 2 + 2 कितना होता है मिस्टर राजकुमार?
4।
ग्रेट, वंडरफुल। 4 + 4?
8।
8 + 8?
16।
पर राजकुमार जी, पूछते वक्त मैंने सवाल पहली बार ही पूछा था आपसे।
या
Do you realize I just asked you 2 + 2 is only for the first time, not for the second and third time.
एग्जैक्टली।
सवाल पहली बार था, दूसरी 2 बार स्टेटमेंट था, फिर भी आपने जवाब दिया।
बिल्कुल
राइट,
ठीक कह रहे हैं।
सही है ना? अभी आपको मेरी ट्रिक पता चल गई है
जी।
अब आप उस ट्रिक को यूज नहीं करेंगे तो आप मुझे जवाब ना दीजिए। यू विल नॉट गिव मी एन आंसर। इज दैट ओके?
ओके।
ऑलराइट, लेट्स ट्राई दिस। 2 + 2 is
4।
जवाब मत दीजिए। You don't please answer me. Is that okay? 2 + 2 is 4 + 4 is 8 + 8 is। और राजकुमार जी, मुझे ये समझ में आ रहा है, फिर भी आप बोल रहे हो, आप अपने मन में फिर भी कैलकुलेट करके वो नंबर अपने आप से कह रहे हो। ये हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा?
जी ठीक कह रहे हैं।
क्यों हो रहा है ये? क्या लग रहा है आपको, क्यों हो रहा है आपके साथ? जब मैंने स्पेसिफिक इंस्ट्रक्शन दिए कि आपको गिनती नहीं करनी है, फिर भी आपका दिमाग गिनती क्यों कर रहा है? कभी सोचा है इस बारे में?
कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं कि हमारा ब्रेन वो ज्यादा करता है जिसको करने के लिए उससे मना किया जाता है?
नहीं, इसीलिए होता है क्योंकि जैसे मैंने कहा, ये जो फ्रंटल लोब है, जो अभी वापस स्क्रीन पे सबके सामने आ रहा है, जो मैं पूरा रेड करने जा रहा हूं, इसमें ये इंफॉर्मेशन ऑलरेडी स्टोर्ड है। और क्योंकि इसमें इंफॉर्मेशन स्टोर्ड है, आपको जब भी कोई एक्सटर्नल स्टिमुलाई आता है, ये ब्रेन उसे रिस्पॉन्ड करता है। इज दैट ओके?
ओके।
उस वजह से हो रहा है ये। उस वजह से आपके सामने अगर ऐसी कोई भी स्टिमुलस, कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन बाहर से आती है जिसका जवाब कहीं ना कहीं आपके एक्सपीरियंस में आपके पास है, तो वो दिमाग रिस्पॉन्ड करता ही है, उसे आप रोक नहीं सकते। ओके? और इसी वजह से सुनना ये इन्फ्लुएंस करने की पहली स्किल है। किसी को भी इन्फ्लुएंस करना है तो आपको सुनना आना चाहिए। यू शुड बी एबल टू लिसन। ओके, नाउ ये आप जब किसी से क्यों ये सवाल पूछते हो तो आपको स्टोरी मिलती होगी। लोग स्टोरी बताते हैं। अगर हम जब हम छोटे थे और घर लेट पहुंचते थे और माता या पिताजी पूछते थे, यार लेट क्यों हुए, तो हम उन्हें स्टोरी बताते थे। मैं यहाँ था, मैं ऐसे गया, मैं वैसे गया, दोस्त के पास था, इसके पास था, उसके पास था, ये कर रहे थे, वो करते थे, स्टोरी बताते। अगर वो हमसे ये पूछते हैं कहाँ थे, तो हम स्पेसिफिक जवाब बताते। सो ये बहुत जरूरी है कि हम लोगों से बात करते वक्त अगर उन्हें इन्फ्लुएंस करना है, हम अपने कौन से दिमाग का इस्तेमाल करें, ये सीखना जरूरी है। तभी जाके कम वक्त में हम ज्यादा लोगों को इन्फ्लुएंस कर पाते। ओके, सो मेरी लैंग्वेज वैसी ही होगी जैसे जो दिमाग में यूज कर रहा हूं। नाउ यू विल बी वेरी सरप्राइज कि एक दिमाग में इतने दिमाग है, बट फंडामेंटली यहां से सिर्फ निकलता है नंबर। फ्रंटल लोब से निकलता है नंबर, सिर्फ नंबर्स निकलेंगे। ओके, so I'm going to share it on the new screen for you. यहां से सिर्फ नंबर्स निकलेंगे। आपको ये जो पर्पल लोब है ना, ये जो पर्पल चीज है, उस पर्पल चीज से इमोशन निकलते हैं। अगर मैं आपसे ये पूछूं कि आपने एनीबडी एल्स फॉर अ क्वेश्चन, समझ में आ गया यूज कौन सा हो रहा है? क्योंकि ये समझ में नहीं आएगा तो इन्फ्लुएंस 15 मिनट में कर नहीं पाओगे। Okay, so anybody else who would want to be a part of the next conversation with me, because I'll tell you which part of the brain I'm using. Go ahead. Anybody else who would want to be a participant? All right, I think Prashant is in. Dr. Prashant, Go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Quickly, my question to you here is, if you meet with an accident, say assuming somebody bangs your car from behind, you would probably get out a little furious out of your car. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
What would be your possible responses?
I'll feel anxious.
You'll feel anxious. You'll feel angry.
Angry. You're unaudible, sir. Anxious, angry.
Wonderful, very nice. Very nice. Next question. Next question here is, while you become anxious, you will respond in a certain way. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So do you think you will respond or you will react?
It's more of a reaction, sir, not a response.
More of a reaction. Now, all of that reaction will come from this part of the brain.
Cerebellum.
Correct. You're right. All of this will come from this part of the brain. And you are aware about the three responses, right?
Yes, sir.
You're aware about the three responses, or three reactions. Reaction number one is you will take a flight. You will keep quiet. You will be numb. Second, you will shout or scold. Third, you will fear. If the man is, bang by your car is 6.5, you will freeze. Correct. This is how you would react to those situations of shock. At that point in time, you can't influence people. Okay. So the only place through which you can influence people is your limbic brain. So let me just use a different highlighter here. Is your limbic brain. Now this limbic brain is responsible for all the emotions, all the decision making that people do. So you're going to sit through my session right now. You're not going to buy me because I am giving you some data, some analysis, some biology, how human brain works and stuff like that. You're going to buy me or get influenced if you see if I'm a trustworthy man. If I'm able to convey to you that I can put my heart and soul to help you understand how that is to be crafted, how your vision, how your mission has to be crafted. If I'm able to put my soul into making sure that your businesses will grow, if that is what you see in me, only then you will buy me. And it is not about 1 crore or it is not about 9,999. Okay, because price is always right. Fundamentally, I need to start knowing how this works. Now I'm going to share a slide with you, which is easier to understand for everybody. So let's look at this. So I'm going to draw some circles here because I generally like geometry to be drawn and help people understand. Okay, so three concentric circles. Three concentric circles. The first circle at the innermost circle is the Y part of it. Now Y means reasons. Okay. Y means reasons. Then is how. And how means methods. money. So if your language has 3 parts and you begin with a retell the method, and then you tell the result, and I think 15 minutes is enough for anybody to supply. If you are able to use this method of talking to people, the words that you use, the notations that you use, the diction that you use. Or is that okay? Let me just try, Sangamji, let me just try changing it once again. Thanks for the update, by the way. Give me a moment. Give me 30 seconds, I'll change that. I hope it is clear. If you can just confirm if it is clear, I would love to continue. Just confirm whether it is clear. Can you hear me clearly this time? Perfect. Thank you very much. So if you really notice, in any pitch, with talking to anybody, if I'm extremely clear about what I want from that interaction. Point number 2, if I'm absolutely clear about the method I want to implement and the results I want to achieve, okay, in any conversation that I have with people, it is immaterial. If I'm doing an interview, if you are able to tell the interviewee, why are we hiring you? Why do we have a method of hiring you in this way? And what are the results we expect from you? He's extremely clear about what you want from him. And people tend to get influence with people who have clarity. I'll repeat. People tend to get influence with people who have clarity. How many of you agree with that statement? Please write it down on a chat boxes that yes, I agree. That if I have clarity and if I'm talking about it, people get influenced. Right? But there's a method to influence it, and it's a simple step method. Why did I share the brain to you? Is because I'm going to write this down for you. The why comes from the limbic brain. It's an emotion that comes up. Reason is always emotional, always emotional. Okay. How comes from your neocortex. And your what comes from neocortex too. If I ask you, how are you today? You will say great or good. If I ask you, how are you feeling today? You will say happy, sad, angry, blah, blah, blah. Do alag responses hai. If I ask you, what are you doing now? You will tell the action that you are taking right now. If I ask the customer, what are the top 3 things that you need from me? He will tell you his need from neocortex. Need. What is neocortex? If I ask you, why do you want this problem to be resolved? You will tell me the emotion behind the problem. If I ask you, how do you want this to be resolved? You will tell me the method of how you want it to be resolved. Now, when I ask these questions, or when I start talking in this form, why, how, and what, which is reasons, methods, and results, I start influencing people very strongly. If I use the same questioning technique in a reverse fashion, what does that mean in a reverse fashion? Which means when I want to listen to people, when I want to ask questions, start asking questions from what? What to why? That's how it will begin. Because people love to give you specific answers that they know. If you ask them why, maybe they're not ready at that point in time. So you ask what, and then you move to how, to understand their method, how they want to solve the problem. And then you go to the why of understanding what is the psychological reason the problem needs to be solved. Similarly, when you start talking, okay, reverse the game. Start with the why, then with the how, and then with the what, which means start with the reason, then with the method, and then the results. Now, my question to all of you is, do you think this is easy for all of you to understand? Tell me if this is easy for all of you to understand. And how many of you would really want to learn this language of entrepreneurship where you are able to influence people about your vision? Okay, because that's exactly where scalability, the core of scalability lies, that you have a robust vision and you are able to communicate it to the world around you, that you would want to learn this method of doing it. Go ahead and let me know if you are wanting to be a part of this wonderful, wonderful journey that I conduct called Burning Desire, and you would want to be. This is one tool of influence, by the way. I'm going to share in the program, in the journey along with me, I also share a wonderful top 5 behaviors that you need to adopt. Apart from the strategies and tools that we talk there, top 5 behaviors. If you are able to behave this way, you will see your success rate of influencing anybody. It doesn't matter. Anybody is extremely high. Okay. Need to know an example of this? Or the greatest example is Narendra Modi. The greatest example is Narendra Modi, and I will not shy away from speaking this online as well and on live, because if you go to his first campaign, it was Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Nobody wrote about numbers and nobody wrote about analysis and what will they do and stuff like that. Then every program that he's running, it could be Atmanirbhar Bharat, or it could be, there is a strong emotional connect to it. Okay, whether it is Chai Pe Charcha, whether it is with any kind of thing, that one of the finest communicating strategy was written for him. Okay, the why part of it. You go to any good speaker who has influenced masses, has always spoken in this way. Has always spoken in this way. Okay, you go way back to Winston Churchill, you come back to as closest to Narendra Modi. All of these highly influential people have the ability to influence you with a certain way that they talk. This is the method. I hope I have answered your question, Nikita. Yeah, I'm waiting for your response. So quickly, how many of you would want to be a part of my journey along with me? And if yes, I'm going to share with you something today. Just give me a moment. So what you're going to do is, I'm going to share a business health check survey for you. You can check you can do your health checkup right now, business health checkup right now. Okay. And the free report will come to you. Give me a moment. I'm sharing it on the screens. Give me a moment. First reason, then methods, and then results. We have to start the conversation like this. Yes, you have to start the conversation like this. And if you intend to listen to somebody, right, in your mental map, make sure, be ready कि ये कारण क्या दे रहे हैं, तरीका क्या बता रहे हैं, और results क्या चाहते हैं. When you're listening. But listening is the greatest gift that you can give to anybody, Nikita, right? So I'm going to share the SIL University survey page. Give me a moment. You can immediately log in. You'll get a report. We choose our participants based on this report of who can probably attend it. Okay, give me a moment. I'm just sharing that with you. And apart from that, you can also download. You can also download our app. It's called SILU. You can download the app from Google. Okay. Now, this is the page. I'm sharing this page for you. This is a live journey. I'm going to take you through the course content right now. So what is the outcome of this? The outcome of the program is implementable solutions for your growth in 4 aspects of your business: strategy, people, execution, and cash. Attain clarity of business purpose as a leader. Write down your big goal that you intend to achieve, which you will be able to communicate to your team members. Have a clear roadmap for scalability and profitability. Get an experienced, successful mentor who's equally committed to your growth, and that's me. And be a part of a global tribe of close to 18,000 businesses in this country. So these are some outcomes. Let's look at the curriculum. We write down the journey from point B to point A. We learn from people who have made 1,000 crores and plus businesses. Create value-based organization. So we evolve and establish values. We write down our big goal. We also do understanding of our customers and classifying them based on their aspirations and needs. So you're able to derive a strategy for a specific set of customers. You also are able to make note of what are the things which will be risk as you move forward in the business. You'll be able to understand how to create influence on your people. And that's what, the small glimpse that I gave you today in this. And I'm going to give you tools. So if you use those things, it will have to work for you. As simple as that. Because as I said, whether it doesn't matter what caste, religion we come from, the human brain anatomy is same. Okay. Now it's about how well do you practice and you make yourself that way. Then, of course, the top 5 behaviors that are required for you to move forward, and what are the assumptions that you need to always keep in mind as you move forward in business, right? And this is done through using a psychometric tool. So this is how the program works. And what you may want to do is, there are 6 power sessions for you. You can go through all of them absolutely free of cost in SIL University. And once you do this, all of this, as I said, the live journey is 9,999. It's written here. But I want you to have a look at this element very strongly. I'm going to highlight this. This element is extremely important. The investment that you do in this journey is for lifetime, my dear friends. Till the time I'm alive, every month, if you're a part of this community, every month I will be spending 90 minutes with all of you on the tribe, and all of us will be working on that. So your questions and queries, you will have a mentor, a coach, whatever you want to call it, as friend, guide, whatever it is, for the next lifetime in this price point. So this is 8 days. You will be spending with me for 2 hours for 16 hours of content. We will write down your macro goals. We will make your vision clear, your future mission clear. More importantly, your value system clear. And of course, the strategic outlook that you need to take in order to achieve it. So that's how we're going to do this program. This isn't a social media program or something like that, all right? It's an intense one. It takes your commitment. And if you are committed for your own growth, then you definitely need to be in this kind of a journey along with me. And as I said, enough and ample people have gone through that. Enough and ample people have seen what this journey is all about. And they have always come out with flying colors for scaling up their businesses. It is online, Praveenji. It is online. It is for 2 hours. It happens in late evening. And it is for 2 hours. and you can be a part of that journey. Right? With this, if anybody has any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. Meanwhile, you can go to SIL University, check the other journeys that we have. And more importantly, let me also share, my team will do that. You will get a free course after this. Whoever registers immediately will get a free course on CPC model, which is a research model that SIL created, and how the CPC entire works. How do you actually monitor the entire business on CPC? So you can definitely be a part of that if you register today. So all the best. If there is any question, I'm more than happy to answer right now. In the next 5 minutes, I have a batch to start off. In fact, Burning Desires it's already on, and I'll start off immediately after this. So go ahead. Any questions for me? All right, if there's no question, I would want to move. Thank you very much, everybody. And all of you have been extremely kind in listening to what I said. But as I said, this is in the given space time, this is exactly what I could share with you. So be influenced and help yourself get influenced better with certain right tools that will help you to scale up your business as well. So all the best, and I will see you in the session. Thank you.
Positive vibe to many beginners like us. These 8 days were very good. The forward 80 days or 800 days are going to be very hard. The course and the teacher and his experiences, without asking you do that, he made it do it. जितना भी thank you आप SIL को तो कम ही पड़ेगा. I will recommend this program for many more friends of mine, families of mine who really want to have this journey.
खरं सांगायचं हे 8 दिवस आहेत ना, कसे गेले कळत नाही. फ्रँकली सर टास्क द्यायचे, उद्या हे करून या म्हणायचे. सेशनला असं मस्त वाटायचं की हा आपण हे केलं आणि हे चांगलं झालं आपल्याला. ओवरऑल छान एक्सपीरियंस.
तो 8 days हम लोग को ऐसा लगा कि what we are learning basically, और आज जो कंप्लीट जैसे लगा was quite amazing.
There is a lot of learning. You can say that I decided to use this break time to sharpen my skills. But all these trainings and sessions, whatever I did during this pandemic, online training, almost all online, I think all of that training, the conclusion of that, all trainings I got in this particular session, in these 8 days. So now it is time, my learning time, kind of, I will stop now and it's time to act. Yeah, I have skill, I have knowledge, everything is there, but I didn't have vision and mission proper. So that is very important.
योगेश सर का जो पकड़ के रखने का जो एक टेक्निक था, वो स्पीच को 1.5 घंटे तक या 2 घंटे तक हमारे को कहीं भी ऐसा क्या बोलते बोरिंग कहीं नहीं लगा. उन्होंने ऐसा एक पकड़ के रखा हमारे को पूरा, यानी क्या बोलते उसको, एक उन्होंने एक अलग सी एक पर्सनालिटी उस टाइप की. तो ये ओवरऑल एकदम अच्छा सफर रहा. बहुत खुशी हुई, बहुत आनंद आया, और कहीं ना कहीं अभी लग रहा है कि हम हमारा टारगेट चेस करेंगे.